Imagine a world where shadows hide sea monsters, forests whisper ancient secrets, and legends walk among us. This is not just fantasy, it's the strange and fascinating world of cryptozoology. From the depths of the Bahamas to the icy shores of Iceland, from the jungles of Congo to the sacred lands of New Zealand, mysterious creatures are said to roam. Today, we will dive deep into 7 legendary beings that continue to inspire wonder, fear, and curiosity. 1. The Luska, Bahamas. In the breathtaking, crystal-clear waters of the Bahamas, a chilling legend has captured the imagination and fear of locals for centuries, the story of the Luska. Said to inhabit the infamous blue holes, vast underwater sinkholes that plunge hundreds of feet deep, the Luska is no ordinary sea creature. Witnesses describe it as a horrifying hybrid, part ferocious shark, part monstrous octopus, possessing massive, thrashing tentacles strong enough to drag entire boats and unsuspecting divers beneath the waves, never to return. For local fishermen, these are not just old stories whispered around campfires, they are warnings rooted in experience. Generations of seafarers tell of sudden whirlpools that form without warning, powerful enough to spin and swallow ships into the abyss. Some claim these violent waters are no coincidence, but the handiwork of the Luska hunting its prey. Survivors of near encounters recount visions of enormous tentacles breaking the ocean's surface, thrashing wildly, and then vanishing into the depths with terrifying speed, leaving nothing but silence and ripples behind. What makes this legend even more haunting is that the Bahamas' blue holes themselves are already some of the most treacherous natural formations on Earth. These underwater caves stretch for miles, twisting into narrow tunnels where strong currents can pull even the most skilled divers off course. Darkness swallows the light within minutes, and the deeper one goes, the more dangerous it becomes. Scientists argue that natural forces, currents, pressure changes, and collapsing caves are responsible for the disappearances in strange whirlpools. Yet believers remain convinced that something colossal and alive lurks in those depths, beyond science's current understanding. 2. The Griffin, Mesopotamia, Persia, Egypt. From the mysterious seas, we now step onto the burning sands of the ancient world, where the desert winds whisper stories older than recorded history. Among the most majestic and awe-inspiring mythological beings is a griffin, a creature that has transcended cultures, kingdoms, and empires. With the body of a lion, the undisputed king of beasts, and the head and wings of an eagle, the ruler of the skies, the griffin is a powerful fusion of earthly strength and divine vision. It is a creature that represents dominance over both land and air, a guardian figure feared and revered at the same time. In the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia, the griffin was more than just a mythical beast. It was a symbol of guardianship. Depictions of griffins guarded treasures, temples, and sacred relics, a reminder that wealth and wisdom always demanded protection from forces beyond the ordinary. Their fierce gaze and powerful form were carved into stone reliefs, warning all who dared to challenge what was sacred. Travel east to ancient Persia, and the griffin takes on an even greater role. Here, it was not merely a guardian but a direct emblem of divine power. On royal seals, thrones, and palaces, the griffin stood as a symbol of authority granted by the heavens themselves. Its presence meant order, strength, and an empire protected by forces far beyond the reach of mortal men. In Egypt, the land of gods and eternal monuments, the griffin found another identity. Often associated with Ra, the mighty sun god, it became protector of divine light. Egyptians believed it safeguarded not just treasures, but the very balance of life itself. To them, the griffin was not simply myth, it was a celestial protector bridging the mortal and the divine. But here lies the great mystery. How could civilization separated by distance and culture imagine a creature so strikingly similar? Was it simply coincidence, or does the griffin's widespread presence hint at something more? Some scholars believe that ancient peoples might have stumbled upon the fossilized remains of dinosaurs, giant birds, or long-extinct mammals, and from those bones, crafted the vision of the griffin. To an ancient mind, the skull of a prehistoric beast paired with the wings of a massive bird could easily inspire a hybrid guardian of unmatched power. Yet the griffin has endured far longer than bones or fossils. Even in modern times, its image persists, appearing in heraldry, literature, and art as a symbol of majesty, guardianship, and courage. It remains a timeless question carved into history. Did this magnificent creature once walk the earth, or was it born purely from human imagination? The griffin is more than a story. It is a legend that bridges the realms of myth and possible reality, a creature that continues to fascinate us with its promise of strength, protection, and the eternal mystery of what might once have lived alongside us. 3. Pukwudgies, Native American. Deep in the forest of North America, Native American legends speak of the Pukwudgies. These small, troll-like beings are said to have gray skin, large noses, and spiky features. Don't let their size fool you. They are known to be tricksters, sometimes even dangerous. The Wampanoag tribe believed that Pukwudgies had magical powers. They could appear and disappear at will, shapeshift into animals, and even control fire. At first, they lived in peace with humans, but over time, jealousy and anger made them hostile. Legends say they would lure people into the woods, push them off cliffs, or steal children. Some modern hikers in New England claim to see strange, shadowy figures darting between trees, or feel the sensation of being followed. Could this be imagination, or is it evidence that Pukwudgies still roam the forests? The Pukwudgies are not just fairy tale creatures. They symbolize the deep respect and fear that Native Americans had for the spirit world, teaching us that not all mysteries are friendly. 4. The Fjorulalli, Iceland. Far to the north, where icy winds howl across the Atlantic and the sea crashes violently against jagged cliffs, lies one of Iceland's most haunting legends, the Fjorulalli. The name itself translates to beach dweller, and it perfectly captures the creature's sinister reputation. Unlike playful tales of seals or whales, the Fjorulalli is a harbinger of dread. Said to roam the storm-lashed shores, it emerges when the skies turn dark, the waves grow furious, and death lurks just beyond the horizon. Descriptions of the Fjorulalli vary, as if the creature itself changes form depending on who sees it. Some villagers insist it resembles a gigantic seal or walrus, with a massive, grotesque body rising from the south. Others describe something far more terrifying, a monstrous sea demon with unnaturally long limbs, a hulking shadow that shuffles across the black volcanic sands, and glowing eyes that pierce through the storm like lanterns of doom. To those who live along Iceland's dangerous coastlines, the Fjorulalli is not just myth, it is an omen. If you spotted it wandering the shore, disaster was certain to follow. For generations, Icelandic fishermen carried these tales with them each time they braved the unforgiving sea. The waters around Iceland are notoriously perilous. Rogue waves large enough to capsize ships, sudden shifts in weather, and icy winds that cut through bone. Many sailors were lost to the ocean, and the Fjorulalli became the embodiment of that danger. It was as though the sea itself had taken physical form to remind humans of their smallness against nature's fury. What makes the legend even more fascinating is that Iceland is a land drenched in mythology. Its sagas speak of trolls hidden in mountains, elves living in rocks, and countless sea monsters lurking beneath the waves. The Fjorulalli fits seamlessly into this tapestry of mystery. But one must ask, was it simply a cautionary tale created to keep children away from dangerous beaches during storms? Or could it have been inspired by real, rare encounters with unknown marine animals? Perhaps massive sea lions, whales wash ashore, or even unrecorded species startled villagers into weaving this dark legend. Even today, whispers of the Fjorulalli linger. When storms rage and thunder rolls across Iceland's black sand beaches, locals sometimes lower their voices and speak of the creature still haunting coast. For them, the Fjorulalli is not just a piece of folklore, it is a living reminder that nature, in all its beauty, carries a shadow of danger. Some believe that when the winds scream and the waves claw at the land, the beach dweller walks once more, searching for those unlucky enough to cross its path. 5. Atul of Java, Indonesia. Deep within the lush, emerald green islands of Java, Indonesia, a mysterious legend has been whispered for centuries, a tale of a being so elusive that few outside local folklore have even heard its name. This is the story of Atul, a cryptid or spirit said to dwell in the darkest reaches of the forest, where sunlight struggles to break through the dense canopy. Unlike many other creatures of myth, Atul does not have a fixed form. Instead, it is described as a shapeshifter, slipping between the figure of a human and that of a beast, blurring the lines between the natural and the supernatural. For the people of Java, Atul is far more than a ghost story told at night. It carries deep cultural significance, embodying both danger and protection. Some villagers believe Atul to be a guide, a benevolent forest guardian who leads lost travelers back to the safety of their villages. Others, however, fear it as a predator that lures wanderers deeper into the jungle, never to return. This dual nature, protector and predator, savior and destroyer, makes a legend all the more unsettling. You never know whether an encounter with Atul will bring salvation or doom. Atul is often linked with sacred rituals and spiritual warnings about respecting the jungle. In Javanese tradition, the forest is not merely land filled with trees and animals. It is alive, pulsing with spirits, both kind and vengeful. The myth of Atul serves as a constant reminder of the fine balance between humans and nature. Enter the jungle with arrogance, and you risk angering the forces that dwell within. Enter with humility, and perhaps the spirits will guide and protect you. What makes the legend even more intriguing is Indonesia's staggering biodiversity. The rainforests of Java are home to countless species, some still undiscovered. From rare primates to elusive big cats, the forests hide animals that scientists are only beginning to understand. Could Atul be rooted in fleeting encounters with an unknown species? Perhaps villagers glimpsed a strange, intelligent animal that moved eerily like a human. Or perhaps Atul represents something far deeper, a spiritual manifestation of the jungle's will, an embodiment of its mystery and power. Even today, stories of Atul live on, passed from elders to the younger generation. Travelers are warned not to mock the forest, to walk carefully, and to respect the unseen. Whether Atul is a living cryptid, a misunderstood animal, or a guardian spirit woven from cultural belief, its legend endures as a haunting reminder. The jungle is alive with secrets, and not all of them are meant for human eyes. 6. Jba-Fofi, giant spider of Congo. Perhaps one of the most terrifying cryptids is a Jba-Fofi, known as the giant spider of the Congo. Described as being up to 6 feet wide, with long hairy legs and powerful venom, this creature strikes fear in the hearts of explorers and locals alike. The Baka people of the Congo have long spoken of these monstrous spiders, claiming they spin massive webs between trees and ambush prey. Early 20th century explorers reported strange encounters with webs far larger than any known spider could produce. Imagine walking through the dense Congo rainforest and stumbling upon a spider the size of a car tire. Some stories describe them dragging animals, or even humans, into their lays. Scientists remain skeptical, saying it's impossible for spiders to grow so large due to their biology. But cryptozoologists argue that deep within the unexplored jungles, anything is possible, whether truth or legend. The J-BA-FOFI continues to haunt the imagination, tapping into one of humanity's oldest fears, giant spiders lurking in the dark. 7. Taniwha, New Zealand. Finally, we travel to New Zealand, where the Maori people tell stories of the Taniwha. These beings are powerful guardians or monsters, often said to live in rivers, lakes, or caves. They can take the form of giant lizards, sharks, or even serpents. Some Taniwha are protectors of tribes, guiding and guarding them. Others are dangerous and destructive, causing floods or dragging people underwater. Maori traditions describe how each Taniwha has a distinct personality, some noble, some fierce. What makes the Taniwha fascinating is its role in modern New Zealand. Even today, when major construction projects are planned, Maori communities sometimes warn against disturbing areas believed to be Taniwha territory. Out of respect, roads and bridges have even been redesigned to avoid angering these legendary beings. This shows the power of mythology, how legend can still influence the modern world. Whether real or symbolic, the Taniwha remains a living part of New Zealand's culture. From the depths of the Bahamas to the jungles of Congo, from ancient Persia to the forests of New England, these creatures remind us that the world is full of mysteries. Some may be myths, others may be based on real but undiscovered species. Cryptozoology challenges us to keep our minds open, to explore the unknown, and to embrace the wonder of what might still be hidden. Perhaps one day, explorers will confirm the Luska, capture evidence of a Jba-Fofi, or witness a Taniwha with their own eyes. Until then, these stories live on, not just as legends, but as a testament to humanity's endless curiosity. Because in the shadows of our world, the unknown still waits. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because this is only the beginning of the journey into the unknown.